So I have this cabinet, and what I'd like to do is show maybe 3 different types of drawer slides and some different techniques on putting drawers together. I made this cabinet and just to utilize some space and help demonstrate some drawers, I want to use a 3/4 extension drawer slide, a full extension drawer slide, and maybe a tandem drawer slide to show differences in how drawers are built and calculations that you need to take into consideration when making drawers. So what I'm thinking about doing is to have a positive place so I know what to measure for the drawers is we'll put a stretcher, a piece in between the drawers, and that's going to tell us how tall the drawer can be, help figure out how big the drawer fronts need to be. And then we'll go through the steps of this, even how to install the drawer front, how to drill the holes for the handle on this cabinet. This would be more of a frameless style cabinet, no face frame, and different ways that we can put the back in. On this cabinet, I use the domino connector pieces that fit together with an Allen wrench, so I could take the cabinet apart. I put some casters on the bottom, and I've also put some hanging strips or nailers in the back. I put a 1/4 inch plywood back in, cut a dado for that to fit in, and I actually put dominoes in here to hold the nailers on there. That's more if you're screwing it to the wall. In this case, it's being a tool cart. It's on casters. It was just a different way of putting the back in, but normally do this if we're attaching to the wall. So what I'm gonna do is I've cut some stretcher pieces to fit in the cabinet here. I like putting these in here because it definitely helps me figure out what size the drawer needs to be and the drawer front. So I'm gonna take these, I'm gonna put some screw pocket holes in here. I'm gonna drill 2 holes in each one. Turn the vacuum on. So now that I have the stretcher pieces cut and the pocket holes put in, I'm going to put those in. Let me show you how I put those in. What I like to do is flip the cabinet over, turn the cabinet upside down. And I've cut some spacer blocks. I want the top drawer to have a 5-inch opening. So I've cut a spacer block. I'm going to put one on this side and one on the other side. And then I'm going to take my stretcher piece that I put the screw pocket holes in. I'm going to set that upside down. And this is what's nice about with doing the screw pockets is you can always add this to a cabinet later. I'm going to line this up so it's flush on the front and tap that with the mallet or hammer. Tap that, get it nice and flush with the front edge. Now sometimes I'll do these in solid wood, especially if I'm doing a cabinet that I'm edge banding the sides to cover the plywood. On this one it's just a shop cabinet, so I'm going to let that all be exposed. Get that nice and flush. Make sure it's down on the 5-inch block. I still might put a clamp across the face to help hold it when you're putting the screw in there. So I'm just going to take a clamp, tighten that. And then I'm going to use 1 1/4 inch of the Kreg jig screws. The coarse ones, more for the plywood. I just got to be careful that I don't try to over tighten this so the screws poke out on the side. You might want to use 1-inch screws. I'm just going to snug that up. I don't feel like I'm needing glue in this situation, but you could add some glue on there. I'm going to come around the other side and do that. These are a square head, self-tapping. Once I've done that, then I want to take the clamp off and then figure out the space for the next drawer. Now, this is upside down, and I typically use a smaller drawer on top, then gradually work the way bigger. So this time I'm going to use some 6-inch spacers. So the top drawer will have a 5-inch opening, the middle drawer will have a 6-inch opening. And again, the cabinet is upside down. We'll line that up again. Line up the face. And then I'm going to put the clamp again to hold that. I'm going to put the clamp in a little different spot this time. I'm getting some teeter-tottery. I'm going to line that up there, flush with the face, and put the screws back in there. We've got the cabinet flipped back over. You can see the stretchers in there, and this just makes it a lot easier way to figure out how big the drawer is. So in this case, the top drawer is 5 inches, the middle drawer is 6 inches, and the bottom drawer is going to be 9 3/8. So I'm going to use 3/4 extension drawer slides, the white epoxy coated Bloom drawer slide. For the top, I'm going to use a 38-32 full extension Accurite on the bottom, and then I'll use a tandem drawer slide on the bottom. So typically drawer slides come in 2-inch increments. So in this case, we have 14 inches inside. So I can get a 14-inch drawer slide in there. And for the tandem, they come in 12, 15, 18, 21. So typically the other slides come in 2-inch increments, 10 inches, 12 inches, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, and up. So we're going to do one. The top one, we're going to screw pocket the drawer together. I'm going to use a 3/4 inch front and back. I'm going to use 5/8 on the sides with the 1/4 inch bottom planted on. That's how we're going to do this one different.